in this aspect in terms of the formalization of the economy. He talked about the tax net, should that tax net be widened and should there be an income parity in terms of across sectors. Whoever is earning beyond a certain slab gets benefits or gets taxed. Whoever is earning below that there are no sectors which are exempt. Everybody is brought under the tax net. Can that be done? Because that will come at a huge political challenge and a huge political cost. But if you look at the numbers, in 2018, 1.39 crore people came down. In 2019, 2020, 21, 2019 it was 1.10 crore, 85 lakh in 2021, and of course this was the COVID year. And then 1.09 crore in 2021-22, 1.15 crore, 1.10 crore and 1.25 crore number of people who were brought under EPFO. So these are the EPFO numbers. So there is a certain level of formalization of the economy that we are witnessing. Now, are these good numbers or can do better? Saket Mishra.
Pretty good numbers actually. We are, because it's not just formalization, it also means people are getting better conditions to work. It means that exploitation reduces, and it means that there's a degree of security after you finish working. I think these are pretty good numbers. I genuinely don't believe that we should be looking down at, the quality of people that are being formalized. So when the gig economy, for example, becomes more formal, I don't think there's a huge cost issue involved there, but there is a difference in terms of the quality of service that people get and in terms of how we are treating each of these employees. Yeah. So I think it's a perfectly good thing as they come out. And
now, as far as the economic vision, are you looking at widening of the tax net, strengthening of the solidification of the labor codes and also a certain level of coherency rather than concurrency between state and government in terms of implementation of some of these codes?
So, I think what Mr. Jaitley used to talk about was, I think, comparative federalism. And given the lack of coherence around states and the centre, the centre can give guidelines, perhaps incentivize good behaviour, and then the states have to do what they have to do. And if there's a K-shaped difference that happens between, let's say, today's date, North and South, for instance, that is a direct result of whether states do the right thing or not the right thing. How much they give out and whether their treasuries...
But somewhere there has to be some amount of compulsion, irrespective of political disposition, that you have to follow a certain economic blueprint. You have to follow a certain economic roadmap. Otherwise, the country is going to get compromised because the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Sandeep, others coming to you after this.
So I think on the labour code side, obviously the centre came out with the draft guidelines and the states have to really follow and come out with their own rules, and it may take some time. I mean, maybe one of the talk amongst the industry was also that the government probably notified the labour codes too soon before maybe probably taking a concurrence from the states, because today it's effective from November 21st and the state rules are still not there, right? And if you look at the Q3 results of listed companies, most of these listed companies took a hit because of the provision that they had to create on account of the cost that the labor, the new labour codes are going to bring in. So definitely I think there's a need for, some sort of a concurrence between the states and the centre as far as the labour codes are concerned. Now, on the numbers of employment, yes, the EPFO numbers are definitely encouraging, but what we also need to look at is that in a country of 140 odd crores, we have 8 crore filers. These are the people who file their returns, whereas there are only 3 crore odd who pay taxes, right? The balance are those who just file their returns for the purpose of compliances, right? So, therefore, what is that the government can do to increase this number from, say, a 3 to a 5, right? That is probably what is going to make a little more sense from...
Yeah, but return filing, the latest numbers, if I remember, it's gone up to 9.2 crore, from 6.9 crore to 9.2 crore. But yeah, like you said, at a population of 140 crore people, let's say about 80 crore who are still getting the food subsidy. Are still supposedly below the power, line of or ability to pay income tax. So below the income of say 10 lakh rupees. Let's keep that. Where does the remaining 60 crore go? Why are they not part of the tax net and why are they not filing returns? Is that an unfair question to ask, Nirupama?
No, not at all. And I think you'll see a large part of that probably is from the agriculture workforce as well. See, I think the days come where we, as you were mentioning, we need to start taxing agricultural income. farmers, you have different breeds, just
Yeah.
like in any other profession.
Correct.
There's no reason why a farmer who has an annual income of 1 crore shouldn't be paying taxes, or even, let's say,
No,
50
why should a
lakhs.
farmer who has got annual income of 1 crore get free electricity?
Absolutely.
And free water?
It actually goes against the very nature of what the subsidy is meant for. So you have a better way of dealing with this, and I think that itself will bring in a lot of, I think, people in as far as agriculture. But that requires, that's a very...
It's a huge politically
It's a
loaded
politically
question
loaded
because there is
topic.
huge amount of political backlash that a government can face. Yeah.
So I think, I would just, I see rural India. And I think the easiest thing to do, whether it's on electricity or whether it's on water or whether it's on income, the easiest thing to do is to blame this so-called over-subsidized agricultural sector. The fact is the most of our kisans who are working way harder than any of us do not make enough. Fact is most of them, maybe they save a little bit which gets used up in emergencies. The real issue, if you want to expand tax, is not, yes, of course, there will be some farmers who are very rich, but that percentage is perhaps 5%.
You know, we look
But how about the CAs and the doctors and the lawyers?
I'm
who
saying
do-
anybody and
that's
everybody.
where
Sir,
there's huge money.
I'm not holding a brief
Yeah.
for any one particular
Yeah.
sector. I'm just saying that all five of us, if we are from different sectors, but our incomes are the same,
Yeah.
why should only those working
Correct.
in two sectors be taxed while the others don't get taxed? Let there be parity with respect to income. Self-employed professionals don't declare their income. Lawyers, doctors, so many chartered accountants, professionals. Even agriculture, we don't look at food processing. The allied ones which also come under the ambit of agriculture don't get taxed.
Absolutely.
Those who are doing huge poultry farms and making tons of money and not paying taxes. Why? Dairy farms making tons of money, not paying taxes.
And misclassified.
Yeah, and misclassified.
misclassified.
Misclassified. So why
agriculture
not bring
as a
all of
whole-
that? See, if you're really looking at strategic and economic vision, Adarsh, your thoughts on this?
Absolutely. I agree with the larger thoughts shared here in terms of penetration of taxpayers. And I think it's a problem that's going to get solved shortly with so much of AI being used in terms of tracking transactions. So I do think that number is going to significantly move up because we will bring all of those people who are avoiding paying tax. So it is a needed issue and it will be resolved with the simple technology that's come in that's going to be part of our daily lives.
But beyond healthcare, one more sector where you think that the government can do more to try and outline its strategic vision over the next 25 years?
I think dominance of technology is going to be the new weapon. So most certainly, I would think that the government should figure out ways in which it can have dominance in technology.
You believe manufacturing is a thing of the old, AI is the next gen. So if government has to embrace something which will perhaps create jobs, services, etc., it should be in terms of AI. And it's not like China powered itself through manufacturing. We should focus on services and service.
I think our big problem is that we don't have enough manufacturing. Manufacturing is 16% of your GDP roughly.
There are those who say कि manufacturing छोड़ दो, इसको करो.
So, Anand, remember we are among the fastest growing economies in the world on this scale, right? We are going to be the 4th largest economy very soon. The point is, all these, and we have over 7% growth, 7.2, 7.3% growth. The point is, we have to create enough jobs. AI can do multiple things. AI can multiply value and do various things. But you have to have jobs on the ground. The reason why we have so many people becoming delivery boys and delivery girls is because there aren't enough manufacturing jobs. Yes, we can't do it the way China did, because there was a different environment, different global environment. But we have to have manufacturing.
But with automation coming in, how many shop floors are going to need active manual labor? Or do we need to keep that level of automation out because we need to give? And at how many places are people ready to do that kind of labor? See, there is also another thing. The current workforce, is it ready to do that kind of a hard labor on the shop floor and do that? Or is it looking at saying, no, give me something better. I have learned this one, I'll do the coding, I'll do this social media for you, I'll do that. We had on our channel employers from MSMEs from Bengaluru who said, local boys and girls don't want to do the hard work at the shop floor. There are kids, people who are coming from migrant workers who are coming from other states who are saying, whatever work you do, give us, we'll do. But here they don't want to do it. They want to do the soft ones. They want to do the skills ones. So that's where the focus is.
I'll give you an example. Anand, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Saket understands UP more than most people. And one of the things that has changed in UP, which is one of the most Bimaru states, is that with with a big focus on semiconductors and electronics, a significant part of industry has moved to UP. Especially in this area. I was shocked to see that. I mean, I was very pleasantly surprised to see the numbers on industrial numbers that that 50% of phones are now manufactured in UP, right? And this used to be in Tamil Nadu. Now, and that has happened. Why? Because there is law and order, so industry thinks that it's now able to
safer
move.
to
There's
operate,
better infrastructure and all of that. Now, again, there's a lot more to be done. But if one state can start moving the needle, then other states can too.
Yeah, and why limit
I
only
would
to
love Saket
mobile
to
phones and
come in
not
on this
make so many others? The aspect of UP and also states focusing on one district, one product. That means trying to make each of their districts a hub for one unique product and create an ecosystem around that. That's a local economic model. We'll talk about all of that. We've got to take a very short break. Stay with us.